Kelly Quarles with Indiana Bride Magazine, and we are here with Rich Walton from CruiseOne, and we're going to learn some excellent honeymoon tips. So what is CruiseOne, and what do you do for brides and grooms?
CruiseOne is a national travel agency. I'm a franchisee in Carmel, Indiana, but we're located in all 50 states and even going international now. But what we do is provide primarily cruise vacations, but also land vacations, not only for brides and grooms, but for many customers.
Are cruises just for honeymoons, or can you get married on a cruise ship and have your reception?
Yes, you can do everything. I would say it's more common for honeymooners just to go cruise after their wedding. Many couples will just take their whole families and friends and everybody on board and actually get married on the ship. It's a tremendous advantage, I think, on a cruise ship because everybody gets to go on vacation, number one. You don't have to worry about booking a reception site or anything like that. It's all provided for you, and it's kind of like a whole package all in one. And I'm sure it's a very relaxing way to get married too.
Yeah, it's got to be amazing. Some of the special features that cruises kind of
Well,
have?
I think the primary thing is the itinerary is already prepared for you. The food, the entertainment, where you sleep, and your cabin, that's all provided for in one cost. So it's an all-inclusive feature. The nice part of it is you know pretty much within a narrow range what your total cost for the vacation will be.
Okay, that definitely helps out with budgeting and everything. What are some honeymoon must-knows?
In many cases, a passport will be required because if you don't have your passport, you might not be going on vacation or even on your honeymoon, and that would be a serious problem. And that would be true for any vacation where you have to fly in or out of the United States. Certain cruises that leave from the United States right now, that leave and return from the same port and just go to traditional areas like the Caribbean, you would not need a passport. You could use an original birth certificate and a photo ID, such as a state driver's license. But it can create issues as well because if you don't have a passport, and let's say you get to Bermuda for your honeymoon, and then somebody home gets sick and you need to go home, you need a passport to do that. So it's a really good thing to have, and it should be one of the agenda items high on the shopping list would be a U.S. passport.
So remember your passport. I've been hearing a lot about actually purchasing insurance on your cruise tickets. I mean, we are entering hurricane season. Is that something that you would recommend, or is that just more expenses down the road?
Well, it is an expense, but it protects a lot. Let's say you have trouble getting to the ship because of a hurricane or something like that. That's when insurance certainly would kick in. It covers a lot of things. We highly recommend it for all our customers. An average insurance policy probably would cost in the range of $80 to $120 per person, somewhere in that range, but it'll cover you. Also, things come up, a family emergency, illness, if you had to cancel your vacation towards the time when you'd be going on your trip, the cancellation penalties can be the full amount of the trip, which would be very painful. And so insurance does help cover for that. It can help cover for medical expenses covered abroad, not covered by your primary insurance, luggage loss or delay. There are so many things that it does cover that I think the benefits of the insurance are certainly something that should be considered by any honeymooners. It just takes a lot of the anxiety out of the trip process.
What's kind of is the best piece of advice that you can offer a bride and groom when planning on going on a cruise?
Well, I think if you could find a good travel agent, that'll be the first thing that they could do. Because so many people are cruising now, the costs are moderated, meaning there's a lot of competition amongst the major cruise lines for honeymooners.
What are the most popular cruise places right now?
Well, I think without question the most popular is the Caribbean. And in the Caribbean you have three major cruises that would be of interest. One would be an Eastern Caribbean that would probably sail out of Miami, Fort Lauderdale, or Port Canaveral and go to St. Thomas, St. Martin, maybe a private island like Princess Keys. You could also go Western, which would go out of the same ports and or maybe Tampa, sometimes New Orleans. That would go to Grand Cayman, Jamaica, Cozumel, Mexico, maybe Costa Maya, Mexico, Roatan, and a few other locations. If you want to do a Southern Caribbean, you can fly to San Juan, Puerto Rico, and go to like St. Lucia. You can go to also St. Thomas, St. Martin on those particular cruises, Barbados, and also Aruba and Curacao. So there's really a lot to choose from, and I'd say they're the most popular. But there are a lot of exotic locations that couples could go to now that are serviced by cruise lines, including Tahiti, Hawaii, Europe. You can do like a Danube river cruise and cruise from Budapest to Vienna, Salzburg, Austria, to Regensburg, Germany, and then even spend a few nights in Prague. There's a whole host of river cruises: Spain, Portugal, France. You do wine tasting cruises and all sorts of things. So all of those are very popular now and would be very attractive to honeymooners.
Wow, that definitely sounds romantic and fun. We are a bride magazine, so explain to us what, in your opinion, is the perfect bride?
The perfect bride would be one that wants to use my travel services.
What is the best piece of advice that you would give to a couple in regards to their wedding?
Well, planning, I think, by far is the most important, not only for a honeymoon, which we're talking about here, but making sure that you have the church or synagogue or whatever secured, the facility where you want to be married, and the reception hall. The most successful and happiest brides and grooms will be those that do the best job planning and utilizing the services of the professionals around them.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Rich. It was really nice talking to you.
You're welcome.
So brides out there, make sure you check out all the different kinds of cruise lines. I mean, he talked about wine tasting cruises all over the country. If you want to have your honeymoon really personalized, make sure you check out the CruiseOne website.